First of all, I would like to thank organizers to invite me talking about this taboo topic in many companies, and not only in companies, but in the society. And what I can say about me, that in this topic I'm more than 12 years already, have developed different analyzers and sensors for measurement of illegal drugs in powders and recently in saliva. We have a very big project in Estonia concerning the development of conformity for very accurate device for measurement of illegal drugs in saliva during the drug raids that is performed in Estonia. But it is a larger problem than it's for law enforcement. It's a larger problem for employees. It's a larger problem for employers. Let's talk about it. Facing the problem is not sustainable anymore because nearly 20% of employees using some kind of substances during the working hours. It means that we cannot just close our eyes and say, oh, we don't have any problem. So that's why we have to talk about this problem. It's not always a surprise. Everybody says, oh, illegal drugs is on the rise. Yeah. And every fifth young person is using illegal drug at least once last year. But okay, it's just like a simple statistics, but nobody is feeling it. What's regarding startups? Why have used the data regarding the young adults? First of all, the median 27% of the employees in startups are from 25 years old for 34 years old. This is the statistics. Therefore, this generation that are using recently more drugs than others should be somehow helped and treated with more attention. Of course, the major drug is cannabis, and you can see here 15.5% of the younger generation is using cannabis on a daily basis. They're also using cocaine, ecstasy, amphetamine, and what I can say that it is really huge problem if you can see this person during the festivals who are coming telling, oh, I'm from this startup, I'm from this company. So young people, do not tell about this because you are working there, and what is the picture of this company could be afterwards. What people are using during the work, it was a very big survey in America recently, and they survey among the employees who admitted that they are using, every fourth admits that have used alcohol or some kind of illegal drugs. Every fourth who admitted that they are using something, using recreational marijuana. It could be prescribed in some, or it could be legal in their states, like recreational marijuana, but other people also using some kind of stimulants. And it is really a big problem currently because a lot of people under stress. There is also a lot of different KPIs like performance characteristics. And people are thinking, okay, I'm under stress, I have to think out how to stimulate my brain. And a lot of people starting to use LSD in microdoses, Modafinil, for software developers, just not to get sleep, but work. Because I have a tough graphic, I have a deadline, so this is a really big problem currently. And what is the real warning signs of the person? First of all, we can see personal physical changes of the person. And this person is 33% less productive than general person who is not using anything. 65% of the on-the-job accidents really happens due to the substance abuse. And this person is 1.5 weeks more out of office than a general person. And this is why a lot of companies, for instance, in the US, they're losing $1 billion each year due to the substance abuse. Could you imagine this number? But the country as a whole, for example, America, they are losing $500 billion each year, but 1/5 is losing already private sector. Therefore, a lot of companies in America, they are a little bit step before the Europe. 8 companies in 10, they are testing randomly their employees, first of all, pre-employment step, and then afterwards random steps. What is the drug testing? For all people, they think, oh, disgusting, you have to give the sample. But employers should think in another way. They should think, if I will see that the person have a problem, I can prevent afterwards, I can help this person. And there should be some kind of educational programs and so on in the companies. But this is the problem for whom? It's HR managers who are responsible generally in the companies for environmental issues and working for safe environment. And these HR managers should know that there is a different kind of sample matrices. Urine, for example, it shows retrospective use up to 1 month, could be even longer for some substances. So it could be used for pre-employment, but it's accumulation, how you will collect the sample, because somebody has to see, just to monitor how the person is giving the sample. It's something very strange and uncomfortable. Other sample matrices are blood that could be done, could be collected by the special medical person, but some people are afraid to give the blood. Then the blood shows impairment, the current state, and saliva also shows the current state, but it's really a non-invasive method for collections, easy to collect, and this shows the current state. Moreover, some of the companies went further. They're using hair analysis, because hair analysis shows up to 90 days whether there's some illegal drugs are used. But it's a real problem to keep narcotics-free working environment currently, because a lot of countries starting to legalize marijuana. For instance, Malta have legalized recently marijuana use, and this is the problem, because the current tests won't show you the impairment, it won't show you the recent drug use, but if you have used marijuana somewhere where it was legalized, you should be aware that up to 1 month your test could be positive. So you cannot drive in many countries, like in Estonia, for instance, because we have a zero tolerance. It means if you have some kind of traces of cannabis use, so you cannot drive. So forget about your car for 1 month. But the real life, in the countries where cannabis is legalized, there is already some, like Amazon, they are starting to think, oh, no, we're not going to test any more THC cannabis because these tests are not showing anything. But we are doing something that could resolve this problem. I will show you later. But what is the limitations of the current tests, and what are the limitations? First of all, the test not showing the recent impairment, the recent drug use. It doesn't show you what exactly maybe person have used, like amphetamine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, or ecstasy analogs, because a lot of tests will show just positive for one amphetamine or methamphetamine for ecstasy use. They don't differentiate it, and also it doesn't show maybe it was a passive, for instance, somebody have smoked in the room and the person was passively inhaled this smoke. So you have to be aware that also a lot of different medications gives false positives, and it is a real big challenge for the law enforcement employees to choose the right method for detection, that they can implement in their working places. And what has recently happened in Europe, European Monitoring Center on Drug Addiction have published a mini guide for the companies, what they should do in the working places. So first of all, they should define the problem that they have. They have find out the responses, adequate responses for their company, and they have to implement and monitor how are they effective or not. And moreover, what has changed, companies should consider that drug abuse is health and health disorder. And should be considered as a component as a health and welfare policy, not like a disciplinary matter. We have to change our mind that it is not anymore disciplinary matter. It is a health disorder that could happen due to the mental disorders, due to the tough graphics, and so on. And this is statistics, how many companies introduce some kind of the policy inside their working environment. And you can see here that the last position is Estonia. Only each fifth company have introduced somehow awareness system regarding to prevent substance use. And the first place in Europe goes to Finland. But what is really important that this survey was conducted in 2014, and nothing has changed. It means nobody is dealing with this problem in the companies because no tendency to increasing these numbers. So investing in employee wellness and offering appropriate treatment options helps to avoid a lot of different problems, like that the person is absent on the work, the problem have a mental health, productivity, health issues, and so on, and also family issues. And for instance, there is a different statistics regarding the different industries. Manufacturing industry, for instance, 8 employees is affected, so it has a different multi-substance abuse issues, and you can avoid $38,000 for if you have a company of 100 employees. The same statistics for ICT sector, already higher number, $68,000. And for construction, where the huge problem, 15% of employees have this issue. So you can get even more high number to avoid the costs. And nowadays, what companies should prioritize it's already a must that the company policy should be changed and adapted to the recommendations of European Union. And they have to add prevention methods, educate people what will happen if they will use narcotics or banned compounds or some kind of stimulants, what could happen in the future, and also the formal screening could be also advisable for the company. And why it is so advisable from me, not because we are dealing with a Drughunter, but the companies who don't regular drug tests have from 40 to 40 higher chance that their employees will be affected by the alcohol and drugs. So it means that if you have implemented a strategy, people know that there is a testing. And if they will be discovered, they will be thinking, okay, they will help to deal with this problem already. For instance, there is one statistic, the companies who are ignoring this and the companies who are implementing screening of their employees. So you can see that there is from 2 to 3 times cost decrease. And here you can see the market players that people can use the drug tests, but unfortunately there are only immunological tests that do not show you the recent drug use. It shows you yes or no, but you cannot do anything regarding cannabis. Is it a recent drug use or it's 1 month ago? Therefore, we have developed with cooperation with Estonian police and Ministry of Interior the new device, Drughunter, that is currently from September, it will be in use in Tartu and Tallinn by Estonian police that could manage to understand is the recent drug use and is it really high concentration level? Maybe they have to call to the emergency to deal with this person. And this is what we are offering currently also for the private sector. And what is the future perspectives? Future perspectives, first of all, depends on the legislation, on the regulations. And as we can see that cannabis will be very soon legalized in many countries in Europe. I don't know, it's fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. And what is more, we have to consider the younger generation. Younger generation, they are using more illegal drugs than our adults. And we do not know whether they are changing their habits when they will be older, or it is already will be a habit a new generation that they're using some kind of brain stimulants or not. Also, there might be wider health promotion programs in the companies, so they have to find out how to keep the stress down. And also, one of the major players is the companies. The employers should find out how to help their people, not to discriminate, and help the whole society to keep our society drug-free and securing our society from this. Thank you.
Thank you. So if you have any questions, you still have time to put them in Votamo. But I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I do. How big of a problem is using substances in Estonia? Like, how big is the problem, or doing narcotics at work?
I would say that, first of all, we should think about the statistics. Statistics are coming every time. It's retrospective statistics.
Yeah.
It is 2 years before it was publishing. So you can imagine that 2 years, due to the COVID, it could be in a rising tendency. And Estonia, we see the same statistics as in Europe, and it is really even. If we see the European medium, it's higher in Estonia than in medium Europe, yes.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, the statistics shows, but the latest statistics available is 2018. And 4 years already old.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So we can't trust it. So we need to have new researches. What do you think about microdosing?
I would say that I'm not specialist to tell you regarding the microdosing. I feel that I'm not, I'm against illegal drugs because I have seen what's happening with the people during the festivals.
Okay.
What's happening and what people are doing there, they do not understand what they're doing. And what is people are doing there while driving. Just come on, I have 20 kilometers before I have used cannabis, I have used ecstasy, 10 kilometers before the festival I have used amphetamine. So can you imagine, so this guy is driving the car and you are driving with your family also. So what is your attitude?
No, that doesn't make sense. But I know that there are like quite many people who do it at work and like really in a professional manner, so to call, that they're really controlling like how much do they take, and because it really like boosts their productivity, for example, you know. So that is the reason why they do it. So, but it's debatable, but like what to feel about it. I agree. Yes. So do we have any more questions? I see Sven kneeling here in the front row. Do you have any questions? Yes. No. Okay, and the time is up, so thank you so much for this interesting talk. Yes, you can give it to me. Thank you. Thank you so much.